How bloody expensive is it to deploy Microsoft Teams rooms? It's a bloody nightmare. And we've all seen these proposals, right? £20,000 for a Teams room. It's only a screen on a wall, isn't it?
No.
So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to spec and set up a professional Microsoft Teams room for, wait for it, under £5,000. I'm going to do it by walking you through a real proposal that we've built for a client. Now, nobody does this, but I'm going to show you line by line a real proposal that we delivered to a client, and we did a Microsoft Teams room for under £5,000. You know me by now. I don't talk shit.
Chat shit, get banged.
Let me tell you why this proposal was created in the first place. So we get called into a business, right? Decent sized business, 200 employees, offices across 3 sites. They've just done a nice refurb, brand new meeting rooms, lovely. Fit out company's done a sterling job on the glass partitions and the furniture and the lighting, and everything looks nice and rosy, and the case studies look fantastic. But the AV was an absolute disaster. Let me stop. What was that? But the AV was an absolute disaster. Now, nobody told the fit out company what a Teams room actually needed. So they've gone out, TV on a wall, innit? Bought a consumer TV, 4K TV from Curry's or wherever, £60 webcam from Amazon, plugged in a laptop with a HDMI cable and called it done. First meeting happens, the CEO tries to join a Teams call from that very room, and the camera's pointing at the ceiling, audio's got feedback on, and then people at the far end can't hear a bloody word that the CEO's saying. There's 12 people sat around a table looking at each other like it's something that's been developed in 2003. Very, very quickly, that's being ripped out, clearly, because it's not good enough. And there's another integrator gone in there to give them a cheap solution, and it cost them £20,000. This established integrator was on a Microsoft Teams room for a £20,000 fee. Now here's the thing, right? People overcomplicate this. They either go way too cheap and they end up with gear that doesn't work, or they get sold a solution that's 3 times the budget because nobody pushes back, and they got massive, the AV integrators got massive overheads, and they need to cover those overheads, right? A small Microsoft Teams room, 4 to 6 people, standard meeting, does not need to cost £20,000. It never did. Granted, that scenario was a 12-person meeting room, but you know what I mean. You don't need to overcomplicate this. You just need to know what you actually need, what you can leave out, and how you can put it all together properly so that it works. And it works first time and every time. And the CEO is not sat there pulling his bloody hair out. So let me show you the proposal. I'll share it with you here. Scott will put it all in for me, which is what I pay him to do.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
This is a real spec, right? It's a real project that we did. We put it together for a small Teams room. Let me walk you through each section. First thing to consider, the display. For a small meeting room, you don't need a massive 98-inch monster on the wall or a big LED. You need a 65-inch commercial display, and that's plenty. And I said commercial, and I overpronounced that on purpose. This is not a consumer TV from Curry's. Commercial displays are built to run all day. They've got the right mounting options. They don't have any random smart TV bloatware running in the background fighting your team system. We're budgeting roughly £600 to £800 for a decent brand, a decent commercial display. The compute. This is what runs the Teams room application itself. You've got a couple of options here. You run a dedicated Teams room on an Android device or a Windows-based compute. For a small meeting room on a tight budget, Android-based systems are your friend. They're easy. They're cheaper to buy. They're easier to manage. They're still fully certified by Microsoft. We're looking at around £800 to £1,200 for a sold unit here as well. Really simple. Next point, the camera. For a small room, you don't need a big PTZ camera that tracks people around the room like you're a wildlife documentary with David Attenborough commenting, "Here we see Sharon feasting on a foot-long Subway sandwich." Don't need it. A wide-angled fixed camera does the job perfectly. We have a specifically made video bar solutions. Loads of them available on the market. They fit this space really, really well. It's a bar solution, so the camera, the speakers and the mics are all combined. Clean install, less cabling. It works brilliantly. Budget, £1,200 to £1,500 for a good quality unit. Next thing to consider, audio. If you're going to go all out on an audio bar that we've just covered, then the audio is largely sorted. But this is where people cut corners and they regret it, right? A tabletop mic, if you need it, that will depend on a number of factors. If your room's deeper than about 3 meters, you might want to consider a tabletop mic extension or a ceiling mic extension. Otherwise, the people at the far end of the table sound like they're calling from a car park, right? So depending on the room, consider a tabletop mic. Budget £200 to £400, worth every penny. Final thing, touch controller. This is where the room is actually controlled via a touch panel. It sits on the table so that people can join calls. You adjust the volume, you manage the room without needing to touch any kind of laptop. Options in this space run around £400 to £600, but if you buy a bundle with the camera and speaker microphone setup that I mentioned, then the tabletop mic is largely included. Installation and cabling. Here's where a lot of online calculators and comparison sites won't tell you. The install costs some money too, go figure. And it should. Properly routed cables, wall plates, trunking, HDMI extension over Cat6, commissioning the system so that it works from day one. For a small room, you're looking at around £600 to £800 for a professional install, depending on the screen size as well. Total, done properly, with qualified, certified gear, professional installation, you're sitting comfortably under £5,000 for a meeting room that works seamlessly. And that's what gets you that room that works every single time, first time, one press of the button, and it works for the next 5 years. Now, obviously, every room is different. Ceiling height, table size, existing infrastructure, all of that needs to be factored in. But the bones of the spec, it's largely done. That's it. That's the bones of it. This is where you start. Now, if you want to see the full pricing breakdown of all of this that I've just explained to you, the actual line-by-line costs that I've just explained to you of each and every component, then I'll put together that in a link below. So go check out that. We'll show you all of the prices. You'll see exactly what's in the spec. And if you want us to put this proposal together for you, and you want us to specify your room, then you can get in touch using the link below as well. So that's supply and install sorted. But what do you do after the technology breaks? Because this is technology, guess what? It's gonna break. But the last thing you want is the CEO calling you at 9:58 in the morning, complaining that the camera in the room is not working and he's got a call at 10 a.m. Now, this is a scenario we see all of the time, and it's why we've developed SportTrack. It's a platform that we use to remotely monitor and manage all devices anywhere in the world. I put this video together here explaining exactly how SportTrack works. So if you don't want to be in a pickle with your CEO at 10 o'clock in the morning, go check that out.